नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये
नष्टप्रायेषु
भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी ज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं करुणामयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतवरकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं सद्सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
शुभदाय कृष्णकृष्णते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सारस्वती मुखं करोति वाचालं हरे कृष्ण। So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam 25. We are on chapter 5, is it? Did you know Rishabhdeva's teachings?
Yes.
Is this available in small form also? Some booklet is there? Teachings of
King
Lord Rishabhdeva. I think it's also it's been compiled.
Rishabhdev teaching.
Teachings of Rishabhdeva.
Teachings
Prahlad is there. I think Rishabhdeva's teachings also.
Is it?
I think it's small. Meaning how important this is. Right? And now here we are studying this. Rishabhdeva meaning the chief of all humans. Chief living being, chief human being. Rishabh, chief. So this very important verse. So Rishabdev immediately start to speak.
No problem, Mataji.
Yeah, I'm starting now. So we just did one shloka last week. Huh?
5th chapter, only first sloka.
Chapter.
Mataji,
Yeah.
can I just check?
Yeah. We did only text one. It was so long, right?
I was listening, I was discussing that in the
I think this chapter will take some time because there's too much
philosophy.
Yeah, it is the teachings of Lord.
Tattva.
Tattva is instructions. It is instructions. Teachings of Lord Rishabdev. So text 1. So we know this very well. Nayam deho deha bhajan deyoke kashtan kamam arhate vidbhujanye tapo divyam putraka yena satvam shudyat yasman brahma sokyam tavantam. So we know that this teaching of Rishabdev is about Bhagavad Dharma. In the introduction, Prabhupada told us that in this chapter there is a description of Bhagavad Dharma, religious principles in devotional service that transcend religious principles for liberation and the mitigation of materialism. So this is not about Varnashram Dharma. A lot of discussion has happened on Varnashram Dharma. This particular one is specifically on Bhakti Yoga. And if we see carefully what Prabhupada went to the West, he didn't speak of Varnashram Dharma. He spoke about Bhagavad Dharma. He taught Bhagavad Dharma. And then later, much later, then when he saw that the devotees were struggling, then he spoke about Varnashram Dharma. And when finally he left this world, see Prabhupada, in 10 years only, Prabhupada did what's taking us an entire lifetime to preach. Right? All of us. An entire lifetime we are preaching, teaching, right? The Prabhupada in 10 years did everything. So he gave what is most important. If Prabhupada would have given Varnashram only, we will stop. Because Varnashram, there's so many anomalies. Right?
Anomaly.
Yes. So many defects in Kali Yuga, which doesn't allow Varnashram to be practiced. But in Kali Yuga, Bhakti Yoga, this is the system that is prescribed, and this is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu uses. And that's why when Mahaprabhu was discussing with Ramananda Roy, so the first proposition of Rai Ramananda was about Varnashram. And Mahaprabhu said this is external. You go ahead. Right? So this is external. Why he said this is external? Because cannot be practiced in Kali Yuga as it is. The whole system of Varnashram has crumbled. And Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago. And by that time, this system of Varnashram has already been crushed. Right? There's been foreign domination. Mahaprabhu came right in the middle of the Mughal domination. So already the people have lost the system. I just heard Prabhupada say that there is impious, you heard also, impious sense gratification, and there is pious sense gratification. but at the end of the day, varnashram is also pious sense gratification, and therefore it cannot last for long.
But Mataji, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said that grihe thako, bone thako, shoda hori bole rako.
So this is not varnashram. This is beyond.
Achha,
Right? This is beyond.
grihe means
Yeah, he says
Grihe
stay
is
where
the-
you are.
Griha.
Stay wherever you are, whatever position you may be in, stay where you are, practice devotion service, is what he said. And it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're grihastha, whether you're sannyasi, whether you're vanaprastha, whether you're brahmana, whether you're shudra, this whole system has collapsed.
so wherever you are, always chant the holy.
Yes, wherever you are, because nobody knows who's who. Like I heard, who is Chopati devotees is explaining, how about, sannyasis. Well, we've read so much about all this. So, means of livelihood for different section of society. So, sannyasis, so how do they maintain themselves? They go door to door, right? And the grihastha will maintain them. Right? It was an accepted discipline. That any grihastha will be so happy to have a sannyasi coming, right? A brahmachari, a sannyasi, right? But specifically, the children, those little boys, the Gurukul children, they will go door to door, they will beg and bring to the Gurukul. They are begging on behalf of the spiritual master, right? Now the sannyasi, so he's explaining that how many people take sannyas? It's a handful, right? It's a handful. But when the whole of India got popped and dominated, the population of poor people suddenly, so meaning who's a sannyasi and who's the general public who's become
Poor and is living on others.
Yes, you cannot distinguish. Right? So therefore, you say, that's why people say, should we give to this one or should we give to the poor people, right? That dilemma comes again and again, right? Who should we feed? The sannyasi or the poor people?
Yes.
Right. So therefore, where are you getting the benefit? You understand the point? Where are you getting the benefit? Right? So that's why when Prabhupada said distribute prasadam, he's distributing to everybody. The poor people and the sannyasis and the rich people, everybody, because everybody is unfortunate. Right? It's a social problem. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada, he didn't emphasize on the varnashram. He emphasized on practice of bhakti. And here, this particular chapter, Rishabdev is speaking only on Bhagavad Dharma and not the social structure. Right? So that's why he's very harsh. Remember Shukadeva Goswami, the first word he spoke in Bhagavatam, he said that the householders, they're just sitting and they're listening to so much gossip whole day. Right? Which is what should be, as soon as he opened his mouth. Parikshit Maharaj asked the question, what am I supposed to do, a man who is about to meet death? What is his duty? Shukadeva Goswami opened his lotus mouth and he said, the householders, the Griha Medhi, what are they doing? They're simply gossiping and spending their time in self-gratification. Right? Amazing. So here also, Rishabdev is very cutting. So he says, Nayam devo deha bhajam mriloke kastan kamam arhate vidbhujanye tapo divyam putraka yena sarvam shudyat yasman brahma sokyam tvanantam. Lord Rishabdev told his sons, my dear boys, of all the living entities who have accepted material bodies in this world, one who has been awarded this human form should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification. Alright, which is available even for dogs and hogs that eat stool. The dog doesn't have to work hard, right? But still he's getting his food. Right? The hog doesn't have to work hard, he still all day. He gets food. And you human being, you are working hard day and night just for sense gratification. What's the use? You're wasting your life. One should engage in penance and austerity to attain the divine position of devotional service. So what should you do? Tapo divyam. So it's not an ordinary tapasya. Right? So many people do so many types of tapasya. No, tapo divyam. It has to be a divine austerity to reach the Supreme Lord. Not give me this like Ravan, right? Like I'm just reading in Mahabharata. Who is this Jayadratha, right? Jayadratha, he got defeated. Oh yeah, he stole the Pandava's wife, Draupadi. I mean, what guts, right? So when the Pandavas chased after him, he did tapasya to Lord Shiva. He said, give me a boon that I can defeat this Pandava. They have humiliated me. What is this? Right? So he did a lot of austerity. So Mahabharata is full of, people who do austerity, but what for? Because how to others.
That is also sense gratification, complete sense gratification.
You do like what's going on now, war going on, right? Why do people fighting? What sense gratification? I mean, how much misery they are facing. So, tapo divyam, putra ke liye shudyat. So, one should engage in penance and austerity to attain the divine position of devotional service. So, any austerity that you do, any vrat that you keep, any parikrama that you do, it should have only one purpose. How can I please Krishna? That's all. Not how I can become better. I will get position in society, I will get money, I will get good husband, I will have good children. All that is not what we are talking about here. Here it is only how can I please Krishna. Alright? By such activity one's heart is purified. And when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness and which continues forever. So this is the secret here. Shudyat yasman brahma sokyam tvanantam. So, why endeavor for divine happiness, which comes from devotional service? Because what? Vishwadevi saying what?
Brahmananda, Shashvat Jivan ka Ananda.
Yeah, why? Brahma sokyam. What does that mean?
And then continues forever.
Continues
Continues
forever.
forever.
Because here, okay, fine, you're gonna get married, you get the nice husband, then you're gonna have your children, then you have the children. But you know very well what happens, right?
Nothing is nice.
Everybody knows, right? Yes, then your children will grow up, and then your children will leave you, right? Then your own body will grow old. So it's not forever. Whatever happiness we may get in this world, it is not forever. Whereas if we endeavor for Brahma Sokyam, here Rishabdev is making one promise. He's saying that Brahma Sokyam is Anantam, unending. Alright. So now let's read text 2. महत्सेवं वरं मुहुर्विमुक्ते स्तमोद्वारं योषितं सङ्गिसङ्गम्
महान्तास्ते समचित्तप्रसन्ता विमानवरुद्र सदा वो ये.
One can attain the path of liberation from material bondage only by rendering service to highly advanced spiritual personalities. So now, how can we attain this position? By first, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahor Vimuktes. So we must serve Mahat Sevanam. We must serve the highly advanced spiritual personalities. These personalities are impersonalists and devotees. Whether one wants to merge into the Lord's existence or wants to associate with the personal Godhead, one should render service to the Mahatmas. For those who are not interested in such activities, who associate with people fond of women and sex, the path to hell is wide open. Tamo dwaram yoshitam sangi sangam. The Mahatmas or Equipos, they do not see any difference between one living entity and another. They are very peaceful and are fully engaged in devotional service. They are devoid of anger and they work for the benefit of everyone. They do not behave in any abominable way. Such people are known as Mahatmas. In one household itself, like let's say your parents, you have 2 children. Don't you treat them equally? Right? Even if one is weaker than the other, right? Still you want to make sure that both of them have what is required. This is the vision of the Mahatma. The human body is like a junction. So let's take note of this. What junction? The human body is like a junction.
या तो जन्म मृत्यु में रहे या भगवत धाम जाए.
So one may either take a path of going back to God or may continue in the material life. Either going up or going down.
Yes. So you
either go to upper or lower planet.
Yes. Either you can become animal or again you can take birth as human being and you can get opportunity to go higher and higher. See, human life means every birth cycle there has to be progress. We read earlier, I don't remember, maybe it's Prithu Maharaj or Priyavrat, I can't remember. But when he went for austerity, 36,000 years he practiced. No, not anyway, one of them. Okay, so 36,000 years he practiced what?
Austerity.
Which type of austerity? Yeah, what is Bhagavad? All right. Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Priyavrat Maharaj. Actually, not Priyavrat. Priyavrat he just dropped and he left. Prithu Maharaj went with his wife, right? He just they gave up completely Varnashram. He was a king, right? He gave that up and he started to practice devotional service. 36,000 years he practiced devotional service, and Prabhupada says that it means that for many lifetimes.
36,000.
All right? It's a meaning that, for in our terms, meaning it takes many lifetimes of practicing devotional service. It doesn't happen in one lifetime. All right?
Mataji stands. There is some hope here. There 36,000 Mataji. How many zeros are also there? For imagine us.
अगर 100 एवरेज बर्थ हुआ 36,000 डिवाइडेड बाई 100 तो 360 पकड़ के चलो इतना लाइफ लेना पड़ेगा मिनिमम इफ यू आर ऑन एन एवरेज 100 years ऑफ लाइफ. सीधा हिसाब है. नहीं, मैं एवरेज पकड़ रही हूँ. It can can be 360 and more, but not less.
Mataji, I can
Well,
only think of
well.
devastated right now. I don't want, I can't take this anymore. After 400 years of this nonsense.
Any shortcut, Mataji?
Yes.
Yeah, Bhagavad shortcut is
सबको
this.
छोड़ के
हाँ.
बस सिर्फ कृष्णा
Krishna ko pakdo.
Well, Smita, you don't know how many lifetimes you've already practiced, right?
So
You did
this
it.
must be
But
359
Mataji,
for
that
all
was
these
past, I don't remember, but now you're telling me what?
No. It's not. No. How it works is that your Krishna consciousness, how far it's awakened now. Alright? It can be awakened only due to previous lives practice. So if we have done, what does that mean? Like little bit. We saw this in the story of all these munis, Prabhupada again speaking like Vishwamitra Muni, right? So he was doing very nice, but somehow or other, he got attracted to Menaka. So a yogi's austerity was bhang, right? So he practiced. Yes. But what happened?
He came back. He went
Came
into
back.
material life, and then he realized that
He didn't give up.
he didn't give up.
He didn't give up.
And his wife also went along with him.
Who? Who?
No, he had many. The wife.
Oh,
was
yeah.
like
Shabri Muni,
Muni.
yeah.
Because he was a this thing, they also went.
Yeah, anyway, there were no more wives, they were just assistants. So, the human body is like a junction, alright? The Dadar station junction. One may either take the path of liberation or the path leading to a hellish condition. How one can take these paths is described herein. On the path of liberation, one associates with Mahatmas, and on the path of bondage, one associates with those attached to sense gratification and women. So, therefore, that's how first instruction Rupa Goswami has given us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction, Asat Sangha Tyagat. And Sat Sangha. Alright, this is the first instruction. Give a bad association and be in the company of devotees. There are two types of Mahatma, the impersonalist and the devotee. Although the ultimate goal is different, the process of emancipation is almost the same. Both want eternal happiness. Okay. One seeks happiness in impersonal Brahman, and the other seeks happiness in the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As described in the first verse, Brahma Sokyam, Brahman means spiritual or eternal. Both the impersonalists and the devotees seek eternal blissful life. Here it is. In any case, it is advised that one become perfect. In the words of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 22.87, Asat Sangha Tyaga E Vaishnav Achar. So the very first symptom, the behavior of a devotee is Asat Sangha Tyaga. Sri Sangi Eka Asadhu Krishna Bhakta are. To remain unattached to the modes of material nature, one should avoid associating with those who are asat, materialistic. There are two kinds of materialists. One is attached to women and sense gratification, and the other is simply a non-devotee.
Sri Sangi Eka Ashadu.
Yeah. If we associate with those who are simply enjoyers, sense enjoyers, they'll make us become sense enjoyers, right? Somebody just sent one video, maybe I should put it out. So it was, I think they were students, I don't know. So it shows, so this boy has put on a screen a figure. It's a one line, and then it's like this, one line and then three. So he's asked them, read, what is this? So some say I, some say W, some say, I don't know what they say. And then finally, he put A and he put C. So what is this? It's B. So he said, you are able to recognize what you are according to who you associate with. You know, these boys, they're very, very clever. On the positives.
वृत्ति है वही आपको दिख रही है। जो आपकी वृत्ति है वही आपको उसमें दिख रहा है।
No, you can recognize. No, say you can recognize what the person is by the company he keeps. So if there is A here, there is C here, it means it's B.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Okay, so what is the symptom of a Vaishnava? A satsanga tyag. He doesn't associate with materialistic people or sense enjoyers. On the positive side is association with Mahatmas, and on the negative side is the avoidance of non-devotees and women hunters. So again, Rishabdev says straight. Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. Yoshita means women. Sangi, those who associates. Text for sense gratification. Associating with women for sense gratification. Just reading ahead. How Srila Prabhupada speaks. No, the verse is saying how Ramachandra, he destroyed the whole dynasty of Ravana. Because his duty was to protect his wife. Right? So he said, a faithful husband, he has his beloved wife. He's got duty. So describe that Ramachandra had two duties. One was to teach religious people how to adhere to dharma, and the second was to teach devotees how to come out from this material world. So Prabhupada said there are two classes of people. Followers of Varnashram Dharma and the devotees. Alright? And Ramachandra taught both. So here when speaking of Stri Sangi, meaning those who have no moral character. Alright? So Prabhupada explained just here that lecture. He said, what's the difference between married life or just illicit relationship? What's the difference? Both is the same actually. Both is the same.
And one has responsibility and accountability.
Yes.
The other one is just like animal.
Yes. So he says actually the act is same. No difference. No difference at all. But one is disciplined. Right? Viva samskar. You take the vow.
Wow.
Right? Viva samskar. You take the vow, therefore you are disciplined. And when you are disciplined, meaning you'll be restricted in what you do. Whereas if you are just a woman hunter, there is no responsibility, alright? And therefore no restriction. There's just no restriction. That's the difference. So here, Tamodwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. So if those who are on the religious path, if they start to associate with such sense enjoyers, they become sense enjoyers, and therefore they damage their religious married life. Yeah. So text 3. Yeva mayeshe krita sahoridartha janeshu deham bharavartikeshu griheshu jayatma jaratmi vatsu na pritiyukta yavadathascha loke. Those who are interested in reviving, okay, here Prabhupada is using a word here. Those who are interested in reviving Krishna consciousness. Okay, two things. Revive Krishna consciousness, meaning if we are already completely dead, now revive this soul, Jeev Jago, revive the Krishna consciousness. And second, what?
Increasing.
Increase.
You're already there. Then
Yeah. You're already there. Okay? Smita?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine?
you're already there.
So many lifetimes, we don't know how many, right?
So,
So many already jago, okay? Jagrit. You're Jagrit.
Jago is happening.
Now Jagrit. Now, okay, now
Open your eyes wide.
what are we supposed to do? Just sit and stay where we are? No, it's not automatic. Remember, nothing is automatic in this world. The human body is a junction. If you don't endeavor to go up, automatically there will be a pull down. Alright. This is the warning of all Shastra. Those who are interested in reviving Krishna consciousness and increasing their love of Godhead do not like to do anything that is not related to Krishna. See, if you are lazy, you can progress neither materially nor spiritually.
Lazy people can't.
Alright? You're cruising, in your bhakti, you're cruising, you got the mala, you got the kanti mala, you got the name, Dikshit, and you're cruising. No. The laws of nature will not allow us to cruise. They push us automatically. See, we don't know what is our own self-interest, and therefore Krishna, we heard that, the donkey, how it moves. The donkey gets a kick from behind, alright? The laws of nature gives a kick, and in front there is a carrot. Alright, to get that carrot, the donkey step by step moves, and then from behind he's getting whipped. Right? Oh my God, as soon as you think, let me relax, let me enjoy in family life, in society life, immediately you find here on your plate a problem, like they jump something on your plate, deal with it and say, no, Baba. We don't want all this, Krishna only. Those who are interested in spiritual life should not be attached to homely comforts, in the company of wife, children, friends, and so forth. Even if one is a grihastha and has to earn his livelihood, he should be satisfied by collecting only enough money to maintain body and soul together. One should not have more than that, no less than that. Okay? Meaning that you must endeavor sufficiently. Alright? Not more, no less. Alright? You don't work and you say, I don't have. You work, you will have. If you don't work, how will you have? And then over endeavoring, I have this, no, I'm not satisfied. Let me try the next one also. Then you don't have time to chant your mala. Right? You don't have time for sadhana. Too busy working for maintaining body and soul together. One should not have more than that, no less than that. As indicated herein, a householder should endeavor to earn money for the execution of bhakti yoga, shravanam, kirtanam, Vishnu smaranam, pada sevanam, archanam, vandanam, dasyam, sakyam, atma nivedanam. A householder should lead such a life that he gets full opportunity to hear and chant. He should worship the deity at home, observe festivals, invite friends in, and give them prasadam. A householder should earn money for this purpose, not for sense gratification. Now, this is a very, very important instruction. See, Prabhupada, he set up a temple. He has set this temple as an example of what is to be done in everybody's home. Right? Prabhupada says he's teaching, how to do the deity worship. Right? Of course, at home you do it in a more simple way, but regulated. Right? Mangalarti, Guru Puja, evening darshan, chanting mala, everything. Right? So here Prabhupada is saying that it's not that everything you have to come and empty out in temples. Right? You must do, because you say every day I can't do food for life in my home every day. It is an injunction that no grihastha is allowed to eat without
Offering to the Lord.
Yes, offering the Lord and
सब जो भूखे हैं किसी को खिलाएं।
you are not allowed to eat without feeding somebody,
Yes.
right? So everybody say, how will I go out and bring people in my home? See, before it was safe, right? These days you don't know who's who. What drunkard will turn up at your door, right? So therefore, you can give in temples who will feed. Alright?
हम लोग ऐसे माता जी अंदर कुत्ते को कौवे को कबूतर को ऐसे हम
Yeah, this is also-
मानते हैं कि पहला रोटी उनका निकालना।
Yeah, but
लेकिन क्योंकि हम बाहर किसी को नहीं देने जा सकते तो एटलीस्ट वो जो पशु
what is it? Actually, they are representative of, Shani Dev, this Deva, that Deva. But at least you have to give people also, right? Or only just going to give to,
जैसे तो ब्राह्मण को हम लोग वो देते हैं ना सीधा।
So this is how everybody had food. I think maybe I mentioned it. Prabhupada said that temples, they were organized in such a way that the rich will give their money and this will bring prasadam and this is given to the poor people. Right? Yes. But then the government said this is simply a waste of money, so they want to take it for other things. Alright? So they make life difficult that you don't give donation. You have to pay taxes here, there, So that's why we're saying this whole Varnashram. But here, Prabhupada is giving an instruction. Alright? Prabhupada is giving an instruction. What? A householder should endeavor to earn money for the execution of Bhakti Yoga, not to multiply our opulences. Opulences will come automatically. If you are born a king, naturally you will have all the opulence of a king. If you are born a rich business person, automatically you will have. It just comes to you. Alright? But what doesn't come to us is that I endeavor to give in charity that money. Right? How do I use it in charity is being discussed here. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. A householder should live in such a life that he gets full opportunity to hear and chant. He should worship the deity at home. Alright? Worship at home means that regularly the deity has new outfits. Alright? Because if you don't give outfit to your deity, what will you do? You will go on buying saris for yourself and your children, right? That's what you will do. Jewelry, all types of ornaments, flower decoration. If you don't spend on your deity, you will spend on sense gratification. So therefore, deity worship. So not only that I make a nice decorative, altar. No. Observe festivals. Observation of festival. Now, you remember Prabhupada, how he observed Rath Yatra? He was small boy. How many days? Whole week. 1 week. A small boy. Right? And his father was not wealthy. Right? Father was not wealthy. He decided he's going to do Rath Yatra. Somebody gave an old cart, right? Then it was fixed, all right? Then everybody, the mother, the neighbors, everybody cooked. One Abhishek, our Janmashtami is over, right? So where money is to be spent as a householder, here Prabhupada is saying, in observing festivals. Not one day am I done, my work is done with the deities. This is what we do. Once a year, I just have my Gonitai Abhishek, my Krishna Abhishek, and it's done. No. Here Prabhupada is saying, observe festivals, invite friends in and give them prasadam. This is where our earnings should go in. Right? A householder should earn money for this purpose, not for sense gratification. I just remember, how these ladies, how they were earning, they were working, they were earning, and without fail, they used to invite devotees in their house. This is when I first came to India, Without fail, they would invite devotees in their house. They always give prasadam. And then suddenly, number of them, like the economy, I don't know what happened to the economy. These ladies who had retired, they became poor. Remember this one devotee to me, Mataji? I cannot invite devotees, I cannot feed devotees. They only had sufficient for themselves. But even them, at least I know one of them, even then, this one devotee, without fail, she will give something. So this is such a culture. This is such a culture to invite devotees and to offer prasadam. See, what will you offer? Right? What will you offer? Right? How many saris can you wear? How many jewelry can you wear? Right? Prasadam is something that you can always give. And you're inviting, okay, this time this one didn't come, the next time somebody else is coming. Right? So it's ongoing. So festivals is a very good opportunity. Now text 4. Nunam pramata kurute vikarma yadindriya pritaya aprinoti nasadhu manye yata atmanoyam asanapi kleshada ashadeha. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activities. He will worship also, right? Durga Devi, usually this is what they do, right? They will worship and they will do all types of abominable activities. We will read this later in the study of Jad Bharat, what they do. He doesn't know that due to his past misdeeds, he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his misery. So if we are suffering in this body, why are we suffering this body?
Because of our past karma.
Prabhupada is, Rishabh Dev is saying, because of his past misdeeds, vikarma. We do vikarma, misdeeds, and therefore we receive a body. This body is temporary, right? We're sitting and waiting when I will die. But the point that you will not die. Why? Because you have to suffer in this body, therefore you will not die. However much you may want to die, you will not die. Because we are jailed in this body, therefore this is not the way, obviously. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body. This jeev should not have taken on a material body. But he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. So, every one of us, from dog, from Indragop to Indra and Brahma, if we have a material body, whether it is a gross body or more subtle body like Brahma, Lord Brahma, his body is more like ethereal. We are more like earth, right? Very gross, right? There is a psychology behind it. What's the psychology? What do we want? Sense gratification. Whether it is Brahma or it is down the Indragop, everybody wants sense gratification. Therefore, we get a material body, right? What is the sense gratification Lord Brahma wants? Yes. He wants to be controller, supreme controller. So remember, Vishnu said, yes, come, we'll appoint you as the supreme controller. So he got 4 heads. Right? 1 head is not sufficient. Therefore, I think it is not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself. Na sadhu manye yatu atmanyoyam. Therefore, I think it is not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification by which he perpetually gets material bodies one after another. Begging, borrowing and stealing to live for sense gratification is condemned. Oh my God. Begging, borrowing and stealing to live for sense gratification is condemned in this verse because such consciousness leads one to a dark, hellish condition. The 4 sinful activities are illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication and gambling. These are the means by which one gets another material body that is full of miseries. So, if we want a material body full of miseries, then what should we do? Engage in illicit sex, eating meat, have intoxication and gambling. This is the path to hell. In the Vedas it is said, Asango hi ayam purushaha. The living entity is not really connected with this material world, but due to his tendency to enjoy the material senses, he is put into the material condition. One should perfect his life by associating with devotees. He should not become further implicated in the material body. So, okay, fine. The mistake has already been done, right? We have a material body. Now what to do? What to do?
Bhakti karo, associate with good satsang rakho.
Make the best use of that.
Yes, make the best use of a bad bargain. Text 5. See, actually all these are very familiar verses. They're well known, no? Parabhavasta varabodha jato yavan jigyasata atmatattvam yavat kriyastavamidam manovai karmatmakam yena sharira bandhaha. As long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. So all of us, when we are preaching, what are we doing? Why are we preaching?
I don't preach because when I tell others, I also learn myself.
Highest seva. Yeah. Highest seva.
As long as one doesn't inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Why do we preach?
So that we can remove the ignorance. We are not the body.
We are forcing ourselves on people. Why? Because we are conscious. Alright? Prabhupada is conscious. He's given us an instruction. Right? That if people do not inquire about spiritual values of life, what will happen? One is defeated. One is defeated and subjected to... one is defeated and subjected to miseries. Meaning, I may be happy now, but very soon the happiness will be over. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant actions. He said, no, I'm very dani, I'm very religious. I go on yatra everywhere, right? I take bath in this holy place, that holy place, right? I'm very pious. But both sinful and pious karma has its resultant actions. What word is used? Karmatmakam. If a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his mind is called karmatmakam, colored with fruitive activity. As long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear. And as long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, he has to accept a material body. As long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear. So direct connection between impure mind and consciousness. What is consciousness? What is consciousness?
यह चेतना के अंश की
Awareness of the self.
We are the soul, we are not body.
Yes, soul. Meaning the soul remains confused. You are living in this body and your mind is impure. What are the impurities? Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya, Mad. Right? It all starts with Kam. I want this, and then you don't get, then you become angry, then you become more greedy. Why he has, why I don't have? Right? As long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear. And as long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, he has to accept a material body. Generally, people think that one should act very piously in order to be relieved from misery. But this is not a fact. Alright? Prabhupada is making statement. He said that people say, if I do this vrat, that vrat, I give this dan, that dan, I go out, on yatra, take bath here and there, I will be free from misery. And Prabhupada is saying this is not a fact. Even though one engages in pious activity and mental speculation, he is nevertheless defeated. Mental speculation meaning, he just sit and read the books. Alright. He read the books and then he argues with others. He doesn't do anything that's real. His only aim should be emancipation from the clutches of Maya and all material activities. His only aim should be emancipation from the clutches of Maya and all material activities. So he's actually, what should he do? He should not engage in any type of sense gratification. Speculative knowledge and pious activity do not solve the problems of life. one should be inquisitive to understand his spiritual position. So this is where spiritual life starts. Where? Yes. Yes. And Prabhupada is quoting, Yathai samidhognir bhasmasad kuruterjuna jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasad kurute tatha. As a blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities. So what are we doing right now?
Gaining knowledge.
Yeah, correct. We are studying and gaining knowledge, right? Prabhupada has given everything gift, all right? Gift of knowledge, and we are only opening our eyes and reading each word. Unless one understands the self and its activities, one has to be considered in material bondage. So what should we understand?
We are soul, we are not body.
Yes. We should be able to understand who is sitting in this body, right?
Between the body
All right. Who is sitting? Because I'm there, that's why the Paramatma is there, right? Otherwise, it has no business,
between the body and
right?
the soul.
And because we are in this body, with this body, therefore, what do? Material activities. And when we do material activities, what's the reaction?
Bondage.
Another material. Yes. What we call this, just heard Prabhupada speak about, this is also Prabhupada. This web of material existence. Right?
Jal.
Yeah, this web. Meaning that, see what's happening is that you discard one body and you pick up another body. You discard another, you again pick up another body. It's unending. Just like the soul is eternal, similarly, the material body becomes unending. You could say that your material body is eternal. Nitya Baddha.
Nitya Baddha.
Material body is eternal. Why? Because you discard one, you pick up another one. It's horrible, right? That banyan tree, remember that banyan tree? Yeah. Yeah. A banyan tree, meaning that one seed, all right? This one seed of desire has created a banyan tree. And it is imperishable. And it is imperishable. So therefore, Krishna told Arjuna, you have to cut it down. So how to cut it down? With the sword of knowledge.
And renunciation.
And renunciation. So yadhaidam si samiddognir bhasmasad kuruterjuna jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasad kurute tatha. As a blazing fire turns firewood to ashes. It's very profound. Alright? Meaning that the fire has to be very strong. And our fruitive activity should be like firewood, meaning I should put that fruitive activity in the fire, right? If I'm going to hold on. Alright? If I just give wet wood, right? Half-hearted, right? Give or not give, give or not give, right? So as blazing fire turns firewood into ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge turn to ashes all reactions to material activities. So if we do not read Prabhupada's books, if every single day we don't pick up these books, how will the fire blaze? Right? How will, if you come here only once a week and you read, line by line, how will the fire blaze? Right? So every single day we must be hearing. if you cannot physically attend classes, then at least millions of classes are floating around. But I said systematic hearing. Systematic hearing, not jump, catch here, catch there, no. That you can do after you have heard, many. That you can do. Okay, some topic is interesting you take it. But systematic hearing, very important. So, unless one understands the self and its activities, one has to be considering material bondage. So, you have to be intelligent. How will you get the intelligence? By studying books, Prabhupada's books. Because here Prabhupada is saying, you have to understand what?
Self and its activities.
Yeah, you need to know this treacherous mind, how it works. Right? You need intelligence to watch yourself. What am I doing? What am I thinking? You need intelligence. So where will you get intelligence?
Scriptures.
Yes. Alright. So unless one understands the self, and you need to also be able to locate the self in the body. Right? Alright. I mean, I'm just discussing what we have already studied for so many years. So, unless one understands the self, it is a first step to say, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. It's the first step. But then gradually I should be able to locate that self. Where is it? I should be able to catch it. Right? Because that self is making me do work, activities. Right? In Srimad Bhagavatam it is also said, Yenye ravindaksha vimukta maninas tvai asta bhavad avishuddha budhayah. A person who doesn't have knowledge of devotional service may think himself liberated, but actually he is not. Arurya krishrena param padam tatah patanti adhonadrita yushman angrayah. Such people may approach the impersonal Brahman effulgence, but they fall down again into material enjoyment because they have no knowledge of devotional service. As long as one is interested in karma and jnana, he continues enduring the miseries of material life, birth, old age, disease and death. Karmis certainly take on one body after another. As far as jnanis are concerned, unless they are promoted to the topmost understanding, they must return to the material world. As explained in Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavam Mam Prapadyante. The point is to know Krishna Vasudeva as everything and surrender to him. Karmis do not know this, but a devotee who is 100% engaged in the devotional service of the Lord knows fully what is karma, what is jnana. Therefore, a pure devotee is no longer interested in karma and jnana. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. The real bhakta is untouched by any tinge of karma and jnana. His only purpose in life is to serve the Lord. Right? My God, that was really heavy, huh? Basic instruction. Bhagavatam is getting more and more heavy, right? So this is the instruction of Lord Rishabhdev to his sons. So we continue next week. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhascha kripasindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo. I'm sure you understood everything, right? No question, isn't it?
You said that we must try to understand the self and try to locate the self.
Yeah, yes.
So that's the process of Bhakti Yoga.
Yes.
It's time actually.
Yes, yes.
Many like that.
Locating the self is the difficult part.
Yeah, I mean, actually realizing the
And
self.
Mataji being conscious of it all the time, that is another thing.
Yes.